Showers likely and a chance of thunderstorms. Saturday night, southwest winds 10 to 15 knots. Seas 2 to 3 feet. Showers likely and a chance of thunderstorms. Sunday, southwest winds 10 to 15 knots, becoming south in the afternoon. Seas 2 to 3 feet. Showers likely and a chance of thunderstorms. Winds and seas higher and near thunderstorms. Gulf Stream hazards, none. The approximate location of the west wall of the Gulf Stream based on the real-time ocean forecast system as of Wednesday, July 5th. 43 nautical miles east of Ponce Inlet. 30 nautical miles east of Port Canaveral. 27 nautical miles east of Sebastian Inlet. 19 nautical miles east of Fort Pierce Inlet. 12 nautical miles east of St. Lucie Inlet. The latest available surf temperatures as of Wednesday. Daytona Beach was 83 degrees, the Port Canaveral buoy was 85 degrees, Fort Pierce was 84 degrees, and Jensen Beach was 85 degrees. Here is the tide information. Daytona Beach shores, Sunglow Pier. Low tide Wednesday at 4:14 p.m. High tide Wednesday at 10:50 p.m. Low tide Thursday at 5:04 a.m. High tide Thursday at 11:14 a.m. Port Canaveral. Low tide Wednesday at 3:50 p.m. High tide Wednesday at 10:28 p.m. Low tide Thursday at 4:50 a.m. High tide Thursday at 10:50 a.m. Sebastian Inlet Bridge. Low tide Wednesday at 4:16 p.m. High tide Wednesday at 10:42 p.m. Low tide Thursday at 4:50 a.m. High tide Thursday at 10:58 a.m. Fort Pierce Inlet, South Jetty. Low tide Wednesday at 4:22 p.m. High tide Wednesday at 10:59 p.m. Low tide Thursday at 4:56 a.m. High tide Thursday at 11:15 a.m. Tropical weather outlook. Issued at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. For the North Atlantic, Caribbean Sea and the Gulf of Mexico, tropical cyclone formation is not expected during the next 7 days. This is NOAA Weather Radio Station WXJ70 Melbourne, broadcasting on a frequency of 162.55 MHz and serving the following counties: Indian River, Brevard, Orange and Osceola. Also covering the intracoastal and coastal waters from the Volusia and Brevard County line to Sebastian Inlet out to 60 nautical miles. Severe weather watches, warnings and advisories for these counties and the marine area are preceded by alarm tones which activate specially built receivers. During severe weather, the routine broadcast is suspended in order to broadcast severe weather information. Broadcasts will be interrupted for immediate transmission of severe weather information as soon as it is issued. At all other times, station WXJ70 will broadcast weather information in a cycle of selected products relevant to the station's broadcast coverage area. This broadcast will normally include the following products when available: the hazardous weather outlook for East Central Florida, public forecast from the short term out to 5 days. Hourly weather conditions and marine reports for selected locations in and around the broadcast area. Marine forecast out to 5 days, the west wall and hazards for the Gulf Stream. Tide information and surf temperatures. Daily climate information is broadcast from 5 a.m. until 8 a.m., and again from 5 p.m. until 8 p.m. Civil emergency and public safety information are broadcast as it is received from local, state and other federal agencies. If you have any questions about NOAA Weather Radio broadcasts or comments regarding our services, our mailing address is National Weather Service, 421 Croton Road, Melbourne, Florida, 32935. Our telephone number is 321-255-0212. And our website address is weather.gov/Melbourne. Tropical weather outlook. Issued at 1:33 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. For the North Atlantic, Caribbean Sea and the Gulf of Mexico, tropical cyclone formation is not expected during the next 7 days. Heat advisory for the following counties. In Florida, coastal Indian River, inland northern Brevard, inland southern Brevard, mainland northern Brevard, mainland southern Brevard, northern Brevard Barrier Islands, Osceola and southern Brevard Barrier Islands. Heat advisory in effect from 11 a.m. this morning to 7 p.m. this evening. What? Heat index values of 107 to 112 degrees expected. Where? Portions of east central Florida. When? From 11 a.m. this morning to 7 p.m. this evening. Impacts. Hot temperatures and high humidity may cause heat illnesses to occur. Drink plenty of fluids, stay in an air-conditioned room, stay out of the sun, and check up on relatives and neighbors. Young children and pets should never be left unattended in vehicles under any circumstances. Take extra precautions if you work or spend time outside. When possible, reschedule strenuous activities to early morning or evening. Know the signs and symptoms of heat exhaustion and heat stroke. Wear lightweight and loose-fitting clothing when possible. To reduce risk during outdoor work, the Occupational Safety and Health Administration recommends scheduling frequent rest breaks in shaded or air-conditioned environments. Anyone overcome by heat should be moved to a cool and shaded location. Heat stroke is an emergency. Call 911. Serving Melbourne and vicinity, this is NOAA Weather Radio Station WXJ70, the voice of the National Weather Service. This broadcast comes to you from the National Weather Service office in Melbourne, Florida, on a frequency of 162.55 megahertz. A required weekly test of the NOAA Weather Radio public warning system is conducted each Wednesday between 11 a.m. and noon and again between 6 and 8 p.m. If severe weather is expected, this test will be postponed until the following day. The current time is 1:37 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. This hazardous weather outlook is for East Central Florida. Day 1, today and tonight. Excessive heat impact. The combination of hot afternoon temperatures and high humidity will result in heat index values rising to between 107 and 112 degrees across all of East Central Florida this afternoon. A heat advisory has been issued for all of East Central Florida from 11 a.m. through 7 p.m. for heat index values of at least 108 degrees. If you will be engaged in any outdoor activity again today, drink plenty of water, take frequent rest breaks indoors or in the shade, and protect yourself from the sun by wearing sunscreen and a hat. Never leave children, the elderly, or pets unattended in a hot vehicle for any length of time. Thunderstorm impact. Scattered to numerous showers and lightning storms are expected again today, with the highest coverage west of I-95. Isolated to scattered showers and storms are forecast to develop along the east coast sea breeze around I-95 around midday. Coverage will slowly increase as the boundary pushes inland. The east and west coast sea breezes are expected to interact across the interior before sunset, which should result in an increase in storm coverage. Showers and a few storms are expected to linger into the evening well inland. Storm motion today will slowly toward the southeast, however some storms will be stationary, or move erratically. Wind gusts up to 45 miles per hour, frequent cloud-to-ground lightning strikes and torrential downpours will accompany some of today's stronger storms. Move indoors if skies look threatening, or if you hear thunder. Flood impact. Stronger, slow-moving storms could easily produce 1 to 3 inches of rainfall, or a little more, in a 60 to 90-minute period. This would result in localized flooding of roads, urban, poorly drained and low-lying areas. Remember, never attempt to cross a road that is water-covered, as the depth may be too great for you to safely make it across. Turn around, don't drown. Marine thunderstorm gust impact. Stronger storms could produce brief wind gusts to around 35 knots, primarily over inland lakes, especially over the central and west interior. Rip current impact. There is a moderate risk of dangerous rip currents at all central Florida Atlantic beaches today. Rip currents are strong, narrow channels of seaward flowing water that form at breaches in the sandbar. To lessen the risk of being caught in the seaward pull of a rip current, swim only within sight of a lifeguard, and never enter the ocean alone. Days 2 through 7, Thursday through Tuesday. Numerous afternoon and evening showers and storms are expected through this weekend and well into next week. Stronger storms will be capable of producing service office in Melbourne. The forecast for the Melbourne NOAA Weather Radio listening area. Heat advisory in effect until 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time this evening. Today, partly sunny. A slight chance of showers and thunderstorms early in the afternoon. A chance of afternoon showers and thunderstorms. Highs in the lower 90s. Southeast